particular planet. I'll probably go into it later how to find out what planets to go for, what best things to go for. Once you find said planet, mine is Arwa1, you go to View Planetary Production, and that takes you onto this screen, which you can see the planet in all its glory. And then you've got two menu buttons up here on the left, Build and Scan. Now you'll see it says Build Command Center, but there's no point putting that down just yet, because you want to find the best place to put it, so it makes it faster to get to where all your stuff is on the planet after you scan everything down. So click on Scan, and it takes you to this screen. What you want to do, if you can see, if I drag this, hang on, what is it? Non-CS crystals and plasma, isn't it? I need. Right, so there we go. So you click on the ones that you want. You can figure that out as well. I've got a little plan up here. So this is our one planet, which is I need to make transmitters, which means I need plasmoids and chill crystals, structures even. So from the planet, I need to mine suspended plasma and non-CS crystals. So suspended plasma is there. This shows you all the hotspots, and what you want to do, this little bar here, is grab the one end and make it as small as possible, because then that will give you the highest concentration of what you're looking for. And then what you want to do is hold on to the entire thing. So put it in, your mouse button in the middle of the whole bar. Hold down left click and drag it until basically you get the smallest dots you can see on your planet, and that will help you decide where you want to put it down. So it's not fantastic on this planet. However, this is probably going to be the best place, because that looks like, if I pull the slider back just a little bit, yeah. So I would say probably this is the best place to stick it down. So I would, let's see, where is non-CS crystals? Doesn't want to show me, because it's too low. So you do the same in non-CS crystals. Let's drag that down a bit. Just pretty concentrated. That looks like the highest concentration, so we want to put our command center about here. There's no, it doesn't really do anything. It doesn't really matter where you put it, but I tend to put it in places where it's like, boom, there you go, in between the two, because then when you do click on View Planetary Interaction, it'll take you straight to looking at your command center every time. And obviously, if it's on the other side of the planet, then you've got to revolve it round to get to where your stuff is, and when you're doing that for 6 planets in a row, it can be quite annoying. So I tend to work out where the two materials are, and then put down the command center, because it's just so much easier. Just makes it so much easier. Anyway, so that's done. So what you want to do next is submit. That plops that down. Click on the command center you've just put down and click on upgrade, and you want it on the maximum upgrade, just because you need that amount of power and CPU to be able to put anything down. And there's a little upgrade button on that bottom here. Click on that, and there we go. Make sure you click on submit at the top left here. And there we go. That cost me 6 mil, but it's worth it, trust me. In the end, it is worth it. Let me just check my ships are still cloaked. Yeah. Don't want to get fucking blown up. Right, let's see if we can narrow this down a bit more. Since we've got non-CS crystals already booted up there. That's about as narrow as it's going to get. What you want to do is click on build, and you want extractor. So everything, forget the first word in it, because it'll say lava for a lava planet, storm, plasma, blah 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 blah. So forget that word. So it's just extractor control unit. That's your mining building. So you want to whack that down somewhere like here, somewhere in the center where you can reach multiple places if possible. Obviously, anywhere inside that circle that you can now see the white circle, that's the range that it can mine in. So anything on the outside of it, say if I put it over here, you wouldn't be able to reach the white spot on the left-hand side with your drills anymore. So you have to make sure that it's inside. But the upside is it's a pretty big zone, so you can just zone it like right in the middle, like I'm about to here, and then right click, and that gets rid of that. And then what you want to do is click on it, click on install an extraction program. Alright, and oh right, okay, I'm being dumbass. After every point you make something, you gotta click on submit. There we go. Right, now I can do it. Now I click on the install. What you want to do is non-CS crystals, wasn't it? Click on non-CS crystals on this part here, and it should highlight everything that was showing up in your scan beforehand. Now I found online that what is it, 2 days, 1 hour, 30 minutes is the best time to do it at. So you want to set that as the program duration. Don't click start extraction yet, you won't be able to anyway because there's nothing, no miners out. And what you want to do is have 4 of these activated, so you just click on the blue blobs there and it makes them pop up. And then let's move this, not covering my scanner because I need to watch that just in case someone comes in. Right, hold left click on these, and can you see down here where it's got this number? If you watch that number, closer you go over to the hotspots, the higher that number goes. So what you want to do is try to find, although it is a hotspot, parts of the area of the hotspot is going to be more concentrated than others. So you can see over here, although technically it is in the middle still on the hotspot, it's only 170, whereas if over here it's 180. So you want to try and get the highest concentration you can, if humanly possible, which looks like 180 there. Another thing, if I'll purposely do it so you can see, if they do go over each other, can you see it now says minus 7%? Extractor output reduced by 7% due to extraction area overlap. So that lets you know if you've overlapped it even just a little bit, and you might not notice. Look, there you go, I've done it the way that I wanted, so it's only 1%. Doesn't look like it's overlapping, but it's still got that minus 1%. So you want to make sure that none of them overlap at all, to get the full benefit out of your miners. And then you basically just do the same for all of these. Not fantastic on the down bit here. Or if I can get them closer to 74 there. Push that a little bit that way. That a little that way. That's 7.2, that's 7.5, so it's better that end. So there we go, that's the 4 miners. And then once you've done that, hit submit. Just so that's done. And then what you can do, I don't think you can start it off straight away. No, you can't, because it's not hooked up to the rest of the buildings. But at least then it's now ready now, so that basically what you would do when everything is set up, all you would see on the screen is you just go to your drill, click install program. It will already be set on the last program that you set up, the duration. You click on start extraction down here, and then you click at the X to get rid of that, and then you would click the submit button over here, and that would start the extraction on that particular plan. And you do the same for your other extractor, which you'll see in a minute. And off you go. So what I tend to do is I put down both extractors, set them at where they're going to be and what they do first, because then you can work out where the middle ground is and where you want to put all the buildings to connect everything to after that, which is so much easier doing it that way. So now I need suspended plasma, wasn't it? So that was down here. So again, try and narrow it down to the hottest hotspots you can get. Which is about there. Obviously hottest hotspot with room then for your drills to actually go on them is the most important part. There's no point narrowing it down to, oh yeah, look, that's a smallest hotspot. It's like, okay, great, but now you can only put one drill on there. You're not gonna see properly where you can put the other drills. So it's worth doing something like that, where it's more than enough room for the 4 drills, and then you got the highest you can get, and then narrow it down when you actually do it. Right, so that one's there, and you need to go to build, extractor, somewhere around there will do nicely. Hit submit, remember, so it's not flashing yellow. And then you can zoom in a bit. Install instruction, 4 drills, remember, it's 4 on each. You can go more, but then you won't be able to do the buildings properly. There's other ways you can do the mining operation, in the sense of you can have a planet that's just doing mining, and then you shift everything from there to a launch pad and launch it into space. And then basically what you do is you just have a planet just mining and a planet full of just factories, and you can do it that way if you want. Personally, myself, I found for the bits that I want, it's easier just having it all on one planet, but that's just my personal preference. There is multiple ways of doing it. I said suspended plasma, didn't I? Yeah, there we go. And again, place your drills, watching. Oh, it's quite high concentration here. So it's 9.5, that's as high as that's going to go. That's 9.5 exactly, that's as high as that one's going to go. Let's put one over here, 200, oh nice. 203, 204. So it's actually probably better if I put them all on this one side, but... So what can happen if you do put them all on one side and there's multiple people mining the same site, it can deplete them. So I tend to try and spread mine out. I mean, the other one only had about 180 on each of them. So this side is going to mine more anyway, so it doesn't matter really if I'm making this side mine a lot more. So it's better if I spread it out, mainly just because it just makes it a little bit easier and you can sort it out later. Right, so now we've got that done. Now I can see over there and I can see over here, and that's the middle ground about there. And what I tend to do now is put down a storage facility. So we'll go about there. And then what you do, basic industry facility, built off that. The smallest connections you can have, because these will have to be connected to each other, so the closer you can build them, the better, because then the connection will be smaller and you'll be able to cram it all into one space easy enough. So one storage container that's being supplied by the drills up top is more than enough to supply 2 basic factories. So you have them going into 2 basic factories, and then you'd have a storage container, and this storage container would be in the middle. And what I mean by in the middle is you click it there, and then you build another 2 basic factories, and this is for the other side now. So 1, 2. Pardon me. So the idea is the mining ore comes in, goes into this storage facility, feeds it into these 2 basic factories, and then those 2 basic factories feed them into this factory here. And then what you do after that is have 2 advanced factories, and I think of it as making a shape of a little spaceship, which is what it looks like. 2 advanced factories, because this will have the mixture of not only everything of the 2 basic factories on this side going into that storage factory, storage container, sorry, but also the 2 basics on the other side feeding into it, and then those in the center feeds into these 2 advanced factories. I know it sounds convoluted and complicated, but it's not really not that complicated once you actually get into it. And then these 2 advanced factories feed into a launch pad, which I plop there. And 1 more storage facility to finish off this side, and there we go. It does look like a little spaceship. So then all that's left to do, click submit. Right, let's plop them all down, and then let's link these up. So you click on a drill, click on links, click on create link, and this is just the links at the moment, so it's nothing fancy, so you might as well just connect them all up now. Connect them up the way that you would, and then like that, and like that, and that, and like that. And then where is my other drill? Like that. And then right click when you're done, just to get that off. So that's the links. Click submit again. And then what you want to do, now that that's sorted, is if it's been a while. LCS crystals, it is. So now that's done, put it on the right time, which is 2 days, 1 hour, 30 minutes, and then click start extraction. Bloop. So that's the extraction going, and again on the other side, now the links are in, the store program, all the drills are still active, you can see, so suspended plasma, and then again 2 day, oh crap, come here, 2 days, 1 hour, 30 minutes, start extraction, and hang on, for some reason I just realised, why are those moved? I don't think I can move it now, can I? Let's, there we go. There. Right. Now they've started, it's going to take a while before they start actually mining anything, which is fine. So what you do, the flashing red that you can see here normally means that it's not rooted yet, which it does say it's not rooted, which is fine. So you go to roots on this side, which looks like 3 arrows pointing inwards to each other, except for the top arrow, which is pointing forward. And all you do, he says, it's that one. No, it's not that one. Sorry, my apologies. It's products. Click on the product that is now being mined. Click on create route, and you go to your storage container. And then click on create route. So that, now mining, you can see you've got 2 lines, but one of them is highlighted. So the 2 lines you can see on here, that's just a link that's linked the buildings together, which costs CPU. But the main line, the one that's now blinking and moving forward towards that, is the line that is moving the actual materials from the extractor. And it should now be, if I look back at the extractor, yeah, see it's a nice blue colour. It's a pulsing blue colour because it's like moving around and everything, and that's totally fine. So as long as that's doing that, then you know that it's working properly. So then you just do zoom out and do the same on the other side. So you click on this, products, whatever it is that you're mining, click on your storage container, click create route, and that's created the route to that. And now again, look back at that, and it's blue. So now it's going to mine all that stuff, and from either side, it's going to put the, let me have a look, storage in here. It hasn't put any in yet because it hasn't done a mining cycle, but once it's finished, it will put some into here, and the same on the other side. And then all you do, all of these are red because they haven't got any routes. So basically, they've got no idea what is being moved to where. So what you want to do first, I find easiest, is to click on the factories themselves and work out what it is that you actually need to make, which on my other character is handy because I know how to do that. Which is plasmoids, suspended plasma into plasmoids. So what's this mining? Non-CS crystals, which is geostructures. So you got to make sure you do it on the right side as well. So this is geostructures, which is that one, tier 1. So you click on that, click install. Geostructures again, install. And now they're done, you want to go to roots, is it? Yes, it is roots. So I've clicked on this storage container here. You click on roots, click on the non-CS crystals, click on create root. Then click in there, click create root. So it's that one. And then you gotta click on root again. And you want to make sure you click on incoming, not outgoing. Incoming, create root. Click on the other factory, click on create root, and then you click the X off that. So now what's happening? Well, you can see it here with the bubbly looking bubbles moving along, that now it's coming in down here into the storage containers, then it's going into the basic factories, and then those components are now going into the middle storage chest. And now you basically just do the same for the other side, which is suspended plasma going into plasmoids. So on this one, you click on plasmoids, yes, tier 1, click on install, and it'll say select destination facility for products, which I want it to go into there, and then click create root. And there we go. That's that one done. And then same on this side, plasmoids, install, click on that, create root. And it's saying input root missing because it's not got anything coming from here, which is fine because we can sort that out now, which is that. Click on storage container, click on roots, suspended plasma, create root there, create root, and then you just do exactly the same thing again for the other side. So roots, again, make sure you click on incoming, create root, and in that goes. So that's the first bit done. Honestly, once you've got all this going, it's easier to keep it going than it is setting it up. Once you set it up, then it's easy after that. It's just the setup that takes the time. So now you're going to decide what bits you're going to turn it into, which mine is transmitters. So that's going to use plasmoids and chiral structures. So the bottom tier is what's being mined on the planet, so tier 0. So that's suspended plasma and non-CS crystals, which gets turned into the factories, the basic factories, into plasmoids and chiral structures. And then in the advanced factories, it's going to turn it into transmitters. So these are now going to be transmitters. Just got to find in the list. Should be alphabetical, which it is. So again, same thing again. Install. I'm going to say where do you want to send it to, and you click on your launch pad. Do the same for the other side. Create route. And then obviously it's now going to say it's missing the input, which is you're not getting any materials coming in. So you can see that it's going to put it straight to this launch pad, which is great. That's exactly what we want. But what we do want to do is click on storage. No, we don't. We want to click on route, sorry. And you can see it says incoming, so you've got 2 loads of incoming there, 2 loads of incoming on there. So click on any one of them. I don't think it makes a difference, but I tend to do the top ones to one side, the bottom ones to the other. I have no idea if it makes any difference. I don't think it does. Don't think it really does. It's just moving materials around. Move it across, create route. That one's done. Click on this side, click on roots. Or okay, why is that not? Oh, so I clicked on the thing and not the container, like a dumbass. So again, make sure it says incoming because you want to move the incoming to where it needs to go to. Again, routes, incoming, create route over there, create route. And that's that. That's basically it. The miner's already going. Last thing to do is click submit. And that's it. Done. One planet. Like I say, the setup is the longest thing that takes the longest amount of time. And then all you would do, say if I click escape out of this now, all you do is click on your planetary interaction button. See, I haven't got any other setup on mine at the moment. So then you'd right click on it, click on view planetary production. Now, depending on your skill level, I can do this from miles away. So I can do this back in where I normally live. Obviously you may not be able to, depends on your skill level, but the higher the skill level, the further away you can do it. So then let's see, this is what I meant before when it said it zooms in on your command center when you click it. So putting it somewhere near where your building is going to be just makes it easier to find it on the planet. And now the last little thing, when it is full or as full as you want it to be, click on the launch pad, click on launch, and you'll see the items that obviously there's nothing in there at the moment because nothing has been created. But you actually, I might be able to demonstrate that actually on my other character. If I go to here, because I need to set them up. Let me have a look quick. Click launch. He says, clicking launch. Ah, there we go. So nothing fancy, but I'll move it anyway. And then all you do is you would take this is the material that's been made on the surface of your planet. So you just hold down left click, drag it over, and it says you now owe us 248,400 ISK. Click transfer, and then it go bloop, take the money out of your wallet, and that is now in the customs office that is surrounding your planet. There's only one per planet. You can wall deck them and try and take it off them, but fat chances of that. They can change the tax whenever they want, but honestly, most people are pretty fair. They know that they're going to get a steady income if they leave it as is, so they tend to not bother moving it around. And that's basically it. If you need more advice or anything like that, let me know. Yeah.